You are sitting at a family dinner, and a relative makes a sharp, passive-aggressive comment disguised as a harmless joke about your career. Or you are in a meeting, and a coworker subtly dismisses your idea in front of everyone. Your chest instantly tightens. The room suddenly feels incredibly hot. The silence stretches out, and it feels like everyone is waiting to see what you will do. Your mind races, frantically searching for the perfect comeback. You feel an overwhelming urge to either defend yourself loudly or walk out the door forever. Society has a very popular piece of advice for you at this exact moment. They tell you to cut those people off, block them, delete their numbers, and aggressively remove anyone who disturbs your energy. This sounds incredibly empowering at first, but what if constantly cutting people off is actually a secret form of emotional exhaustion? Today, we are going to explore how to fiercely protect your peace without isolating yourself from the entire world. We are going to look at the powerful science of internal distancing. You are about to discover how to stand right in the middle of a judgmental room and remain completely, beautifully unaffected. Let's look at the quiet trap of the cut-off culture. When you cut someone out every time they offend you, your world begins to rapidly shrink. You build a tiny, controlled bubble just to feel safe. You run from job to job, constantly searching for a perfect, trigger-free environment that simply does not exist. You are not actually solving the psychological problem. You are just temporarily escaping the trigger. But you are completely capable of claiming a much deeper, far more permanent kind of power. You can learn to stay exactly where you are and let their bitter opinions bounce right off you. To do this, we have to look at why words hurt us so deeply in the first place. When someone insults you, your brain does not just process it as a simple exchange of words. Brain scans reveal a staggering truth about how human beings react to social rejection. When you feel judged or excluded, the exact same pain centers light up in your brain as if you had just broken a physical bone. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by your tribe meant you wouldn't survive the winter. Your modern brain still believes that is true. So, your biology literally processes a cruel comment as a severe, life-threatening physical injury. This is exactly why you feel that heavy, aching sensation in your chest. Your deeply protective nervous system goes into full survival mode. It screams at you to fight back or to run away to safety. This biological panic is the exact reason why you feel desperate to cut people off. But you do not have to be a helpless victim to your own biology. You can use psychology to completely short-circuit this pain response. You can develop a brilliant, quiet skill known as internal distancing. Internal distancing is not about gritting your teeth and silently enduring abuse. Enduring means you are still taking the emotional damage. You are just hiding it behind a fake smile. Enduring is exhausting, and it will eventually break you down. Remaining unaffected is entirely different. It means you genuinely no longer care. It means the emotional bullet never actually hits your skin. So, how do you build this incredible psychological shield? It starts by completely changing how you view the people judging you. When someone throws a spiteful comment your way, you naturally assume it is an accurate reflection of your own flaws. But psychology reveals a much sadder, highly tragic truth about the person insulting you. Cruel people are almost always engaging in a psychological defense mechanism called projection. When someone is deeply unhappy, insecure, or feeling entirely out of control, that internal pressure becomes too heavy for them to carry. They are drowning in their own feelings of inadequacy, so they subconsciously look for a target. They try to throw their heavy, toxic baggage onto you. When they call you incompetent or foolish, they are rarely talking about you. They are unknowingly screaming their own deepest insecurities out loud. Their insult is actually a tragic, embarrassing confession of their own internal chaos. Once you truly understand this science, everything shifts. The next time someone tries to bring you down, you are allowed to just quietly look at them. You do not have to pick up the heavy baggage they just dropped at your feet. You can imagine a thick, soundproof wall of glass dropping down between you and them. You can clearly see their mouths moving. You can see their bitterness, their jealousy, and their petty anger. But you recognize that their chaos belongs entirely to them. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. You can look at them with quiet observation and actually feel a tiny bit of sympathy for someone who is so deeply unhappy. This simple mental shift stops the biological pain response in its tracks. Your brain instantly realizes you are not under attack. You are just watching a sad, desperate performance. You remain standing confidently, completely untouched by the noise. But to make this glass wall truly unbreakable, you need one more vital psychological ingredient. You are entirely capable of building a quiet, unshakable certainty about who you actually are. If you do not define your own identity, a passing comment from a stranger will instantly define it for you. If you secretly doubt your own intelligence, a single comment about a mistake will absolutely crush you. You give them total authority over your self-esteem. But you are allowed to take that authority back right now. You can deeply accept your own flaws and your own unique journey. When you quietly know your own worth, external opinions lose all of their terrifying gravity. You stop seeking permission to exist from people who do not even like themselves. If someone misunderstands you, you are allowed to just let them be wrong. You do not owe anyone an explanation of your soul. You can just smile, nod calmly, and let their incorrect opinion fall silently to the floor. You are no longer hurt, offended, or powerless. You have successfully mastered the profound art of remaining unaffected. You never have to run away again because your peace is generated entirely from the inside. But there is one incredibly important caveat to this psychological freedom. Internal distancing is a powerful tool for navigating the normal, everyday friction of human relationships. But what happens if you realize you are dealing with something much darker? What if you discover that someone has made it their absolute intentional mission to deeply wound you? If you find yourself in that specific, toxic situation, you are entirely free to leave. You can turn around and walk completely out of their life forever. But here is the massive, beautiful difference. When you leave this time, it is not an escape. You are not running away in tears because you are broken, defenseless, or afraid. You are making a calm, highly conscious decision. You are simply looking at their toxic behavior and deciding that you no longer wish to expose your valuable energy to it. You are choosing to relocate your presence to a better environment. It is a decision made from absolute strength, not from panicked fear. It is the ultimate proof that you are the sole designer of your own life. You have the incredible power to observe the chaos of the world without ever letting it inside your mind. You can let people think, say, and believe whatever they want. Their thoughts are no longer your burden to carry. You simply stand there, deeply anchored, unbothered, and knowing exactly who you are.